peace by conquering. I don't know how I like that piece. Boob shot. So I guess we can't take any of the fighting seriously because we can just go out for dinner. Hello fellow anime geeks, welcome to another first impression video in this fall 2020 season where I try every anime series premiere that I can to hopefully give you guys a bit of information on this ongoing season. As usual, I'll be organizing my thoughts by answering these 4 questions, and today I'm talking about Kimi to Boku no Saigo no Senjou, Aruiwa Sekai ga Hajimaru Seisen, or Our Last Crusade, or The Rise of a New World. You know it's gonna be good when even the title is indecisive. The mouth tags are action, military, romance, and fantasy, and I would agree and say that this is a fantasy romance. As far as the action tag, I didn't really see a lot of action in these first couple of episodes, but judging by the title and the mood that this is setting, it kind of reminds me of SukaSuka, and that's been the majority of the show building up the relationship between the characters before concluding everything with a big end battle. So it looks like Saigo Senjou might follow suit. But really what this reminded me of in terms of poor pacing and exposition and even premise was Shironeko project from this spring. I mean, anytime that you have to stop and place exposition in the mouth of a character that has known our protagonist their whole lives and could have given them this information earlier or not in a freaking TED Talk, then you should probably stop and reconsider your options. I mean, I had to check to see if Saigo Senjou was also maybe just a bad game adaptation like Shironeko Project, and it's not. It's actually based on a light novel. The premise is similar to Shironeko Project. Our 2 protagonists represent the best and brightest of 2 different sides of this war, and they each have their own reasons, but they both want this war to end. Our male protagonist is from the Empire, where there's been a long history of violence from a group of people that can use astral powers, which is the magic system for this world. He's a sort of knight for the Empire, and he's actually been imprisoned because he freed one of these power users, or also called witches. Our female protagonist is from a sovereign nation that was sort of given to the innocent witches that were not involved in the incidents, and she wants to end the stalemate and the persecution by invading and conquering the other country. They meet at the front lines when he's given another chance. And then they meet at the theater. And then they meet at an Italian restaurant. And they meet at a park. And they meet at a park again. Then they low-key end up going for a date at an art gallery. And then they end up cuddling on a park bench. And this is my biggest problem with this anime. It sets up a conflict that it then completely undermines. I'm sure that there's going to be plenty of tension later on in the plot with the powers that be after these 2 fall in love, but this cutesy tone, at least right now, is completely draining all of the tension out of the plotline, and it just doesn't match the circumstances in the story, and not in like a cool, purposeful contrast sort of way, like some of the really cool thrillers out this season, in the sort of light mixture where you can imagine there's a producer somewhere in some meeting asking, hey, any more things we could throw into this plotline? It's got plenty of fan service, a cutesy pouty tsundere, a cutesy clumsy ditz, the nice guy being a gentleman in the middle of battle, a terse maid, that friend that hugs a little too close, the underhanded remarks guy, and the old mentor figure. So do I think this is original? No, I found every aspect of this completely predictable. Is it worthwhile? Well, this one isn't for me. It had a lot of the same tropes as SukaSuka, but for some reason, I really like that anime because I found something about those characters really compelling. And in Saigo Senjou, the way that the direction took us through things just didn't really let me connect to anybody. Heck, I don't know half the plot. Why does our protagonist let this witch go in the beginning? What is his government planning? Why are his swords tied to the source of power in the sovereignty? Why are these children warriors? What is a saint disciple? Starting to move forward, or just even establishing the circumstances to any of these lines of questioning would have been more interesting than 2 episodes of cute coincidental dates. I'm sure that there's going to be tension. I'm sure that they'll get there and that there's going to be an end battle, but at this rate, I don't know if I care. And on that note, I'll catch you in the next video. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so there's the okay. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Goodness gracious. Oh goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. Okay.